Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome to the a discussion video. I've done these before. I got my buddy Blunder with me here today. We're on the malware itself, known as Skype, because
We're
unfortunately,
using the most ratchet program in the
look at
game.
the difference in the sound quality.
Dude, this is like the side chick for when Discord isn't home. This is literally the worst program of all time.
This wouldn't even be my side chick, dude. This is
Yeah.
this is so bad. Anyway, I got Blunder with here today. You should go ahead and check him out, by the way. Also, feel free to check out the Beast Boost merchandise. But if you can read the title, basically, we're going to be talking about Pheromosa, giving our thoughts on it, as Sun and Moon is a couple months in now. And if you want to start, bro, you can, and then I'll jump in as well.
Okay, so I think Pheromosa right now is either the second best mon in the meta or tied with Metagross for number one. I think, I guess I'll talk about Metagross another time, but like
Yeah.
Pheromosa is probably the best, like one of the best. It's the best non-mega, first of all, so I guess it can have that. But the reason I think it's the second best or on par with Metagross is just because it beats like everything in the metagame and it forces people to run stuff like Toxapex on their offense so that they don't auto lose.
Yeah.
It's too fast. It's not like okay, it's strong, but it's not like it just OHKOs everything. But that doesn't matter when you can just bring it in and revenge kill something
And
when
hit
it's at
hard.
70%. And the coverage is enough with just bug ice and fighting, and the fact that it's like the best hazard removal in the game is so good because it can OHKO so much that things get forced out and you can spin for free.
Yeah, exactly. Like the relevant ghost right now in OU, the spin blockers, and use Gengar, which is 2-hit KO by Ice Beam, and I guess Mimikyu, which
That's like one of the reasons
Yeah.
Gengar is so good as well,
Yeah.
because it can be a stop to Pheromosa for some
exactly.
time.
Yeah, that's why
which is,
Scarf
like,
Gengar is actually common.
it's really good, yeah.
Because of Pheromosa. I think when we first got into Sun and Moon, I was talking about how the physical set, I like that because obviously, I didn't have much experience with Pheromosa since it just started, but now my eyes have really been open to Quiver Dance Pheromosa and Choice
Quiver Dance
Specs.
is so good, dude.
Yeah. Quiver Dance is so good, especially packed with Z moves. Z moves actually allow you, like Z Hyper Beam, for example, breaking that Blitz, that allows you to break through a weakened Toxapex or a Tapu Fini. Yep, exactly. And Z Focus Blast OHKO's Metagross, like,
I used that twice in SPL.
Yeah.
Z Focus Blast, because it just OHKOs, Metagross, and Scizor and stuff like that. It's safe because it's not like Focus Blast is ever gonna hit anyway.
Yeah.
And you died every hit.
Yeah,
in
and
the
you
game.
get your Beast Boost, which is another ridiculous thing. Like Specs Pheromosa, for example, I think Modest Specs Focus Blast does like 44% to Toxapex, which is ridiculous considering rocks. Like, and that's a mon that's forced to run leftovers because of burn and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
consider
it's
that.
like it's interesting. Another set that I really like. This is like basically the only set I've run lately is 3 attack Rapid Spin with Z Focus Blast.
Okay.
It has like the most utility because I mean you're able to keep your hazards off really easily, and Z Focus Blast is basically always a nuke that the opponent, because nothing switches into that. Nothing switches into that besides Toxapex.
Yeah.
Because it has regen. Nothing else can come in on Z Focus Blast. It's gonna get hit hard.
Agreed. And it's
So
not
it's
it's not even just on the special side. Like, it has great physical again, and also running a Z move Bluff Scarf as well. Especially if you're running Rapid Spin, you don't know what type of Pheromosa it is. You also
Scarf
know the boost.
Pheromosa is super hard to beat.
It
like,
is.
late game because U-turn hits so hard, and they run Adamant. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Gets the raise. But another thing about another thing about Pheromosa that I think is just crazy is also like how Blunder was saying how bug, ice, and fighting is just great coverage. Like, it doesn't matter if you resist, man. And this mon is Specs. It's 2 KOing Lando with like bug buzz after rocks.
Yeah. You don't even need Poison Jab. Like Tapu Fini isn't as common anymore, and Tapu Fini's not hard to wear down. I don't think Tapu Fini's a good Pokemon to begin with.
I mean,
like,
I disagree with that, but I do agree that it's not hard to wear down because it's so pressured by mons like Lando, by defogging.
yeah. And it's like I hate defogging with it because like it always has to take like 30 to 40% from an attack,
Exactly.
and it has no, and you have to like use that thing for Greninja and stuff like that.
Yeah, and we're going to be talking about Greninja later, by the way, and Metagross in later videos. But Pheromosa, the main reason I didn't like Quiver Dance as much is because, well, obviously my thought process was when Sun and Moon first came out, was that, oh man, this mon's so frail, it's never going to get a Quiver Dance. But Pheromosa forces so many switches.
I just lost in alive to it because it got up a Quiver Dance because I got scared out, and then it just swept me.
Exactly.
Because it had Z Hyper Beam and OHKO'd my Fini.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything. It's like, it's a dumb mon, dude. Like,
It's crazy because you actually have to play a certain way. In my OST game versus FLCL, for example, I had to play in a way that it didn't get a speed boost at the end because even though I had Toxapex still, it was still weakened and there was potential for a Pheromosa to actually come through. So like it forces you to play in a way that you can't let it get a speed boost from Beast Boost.
which is frustrating because like it kills you can't just switch around on that Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think the common Pheromosa switch-ins would be Toxapex number one, obviously. Toxapex
Yeah.
number one.
Toxapex is number one. That's why Toxapex usage is so high. It
Yeah,
had like it was like the number one used mon in an SPL week.
yeah,
Uh,
just because of
just
Pheromosa.
yeah, but like more than that too, because it like just takes on Gren and all this.
Greninja
It's
and
just
all
a
that.
blanket. It's a
Volcarona.
blanket check to
Yeah,
all the broken shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. In itself, and just Pheromosa can actually get through it. It's crazy though how ridiculously strong all-out pummeling Focus Blast is though. Like
Yes.
Okoing Mega Metagross from full, Okoing Scizor,
Yeah.
Okoing
It's just neutral shit just dies. Like it's great.
yeah, it's amazing, and it's so good at like just like I mentioned, like you have to prevent it from getting a speed boost because maybe it's Life Orb and you have like a Scarf Tap of Lily in the back. Yeah, but if you have a
Yeah.
Mon in front of you and it kills it, gets a speed
Yeah,
boost and just breaks through.
and you can't go Lele because that thing's just gonna take like 60%. And
Yeah.
now what? Like
Yeah, and just get blown back after.
yeah.
I think even if it didn't have Beast Boost, it definitely wouldn't be as scary without Beast Boost. But
No, I think it wouldn't be that bad because at least it's not its speed isn't going up
Yeah,
every time
yeah,
it gets a
exactly.
kill. Or if they're modest and then you're just destroyed if you run balance because it's over. Like it's annoying.
yeah, I do 100% agree though that the best sets right now are I think Quiver Dance is ridiculous. Just the three attacks as Blunder mentioned, Bug,
Yeah,
Ice, and
that's
Focus
my
Blast,
favorite.
Rapid Spin. Yeah, that's amazing. I think Specs is great. Specs just keeps boosting. Modest Specs just doesn't care. A lot of the cores that are running around right now are Landotherian, Tangrowth, and Toxapex. That's like a really solid core right now.
Everybody uses
Yep,
that, yeah.
exactly. But Specs Pheromosa does not care.
Yeah, I
we
mean,
can,
Pex can usually deal with it because they're more specially defensive now.
yeah, because
Um,
Greninja, yeah. But
yeah,
even
but-
then, if Pex is getting knocked off by opposing Tangrowth or
Yeah, yeah, and it gets burned or something.
Exactly.
And rocks her up. Yeah, then you're in a bad. And especially if they go for like Focus Blast, but F drop, anything like that, like. Yeah, and Specs also runs HP Electric now.
exactly
For Pex and
yeah,
Feeny.
yeah. It does more to Pex. It also hits Mantine. That's just not
Yeah.
the most.
It's not the most common, but like
Yeah, but hitting
it's
it,
fair.
yeah, exactly. Like hitting a mon that can otherwise roost off, which can't even actually beat you 1v1 because if you're physical Pheromosa, if you're getting in your boosts as well, like Choice Band Pheromosa, that's another mon I was facing. My Phoenix took like almost half from a high jump kick when I
Yeah,
was switching in.
I used that one time, but like I hate relying on focus
Yeah.
a jump kick.
Yeah.
And it's just like with Landorus and all them around, I'm not like a huge fan.
Yeah, I
just
agree.
like Specs a lot more.
Yeah, that's another thing that Specs has over the physical sets because physical sets obviously have high jump kick, but again,
Scarf
there's
is
Rocky Helmet
really
Red.
good.
Yeah, I agree.
Scarf physical.
Rocky Helmet, Landers running around, wearing down Pheromosa. The fact that if high jump kick misses, you're taking 50% of your health. That's why special is just so spammable. And having Z moves as well just pushes it over the edge because you don't have to click Focus Blast. You can click Z
Yeah.
Focus Blast and actually connect with what's in front of you.
That's like the best part because I remember I thought about that set. Like the first time I used it was like more than a month ago in one of my SPL games because I thought about it. I'm like, wait, Z Focus Blast because people use it on Quiver Dance. I was like, I don't even need Quiver Dance. I'm just gonna use Z Focus with like no setup, and it's like it just works.
It
great.
still breaks through. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I remember I had like a Tapu Koko at like 75%, and I was like, wait, I can just kill this with
Yeah,
Z-Focus.
Z-Focus Blast is
even
just
if-
broken, yeah.
Even if it resists, like it's gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a good thing to have in the back. It's like an auto KO. Like it's fantastic.
Yeah, and when you're you might be thinking, well, isn't Rapid Spin bad because you're wasting a move on a mon that could otherwise probably nuke your opponent, which is a fair thought process. But when you're playing with offense, and offense doesn't have time to run like bulky spinners or defoggers. Typically, offense is
Yeah.
set up mons and go. Pheromosa is so great because it does force switches. Combine that with your own hazards going up spikes. Maybe spikes are great right now too. That's
They're
also,
so good, and it's stupid. It's like the thing is, defog is hard to be like look at Tapu Fini for example. It loses to the most common spiker, which is Ferrothorn.
Yeah.
Your other defog is Latios, which is nowhere to be seen because it's not good in this meta. And then what else? Excadrill, which doesn't exist. So
Yeah,
Pheromosa is the fastest and most reliable. You might have to sack it for the spin, but it's the best at getting rid of layers.
yeah.
No matter
I
like
agree.
at least yeah.
And it supports, especially with mons like Mawa running around. Pheromosa loves Mawa as well because Mawa runs Thunder Punch or can run Thunder
Yeah.
Punch and just destroys Toxapex.
That
and Pheromosa
core
does
is
everything
really
else.
hard to deal with. That
Yep.
core is really hard to deal with.
Yeah,
Cause that thing just breaks everything for it. It's annoying.
yeah, it's completely true. Especially versus fatter teams. Like when a fatter team plays Pheromosa or even like Greninja, and we'll talk about Greninja in another video. But when a fatter team plays them, like most of the time they gotta stall it out of life
Yeah, dude.
or they gotta switch around, and you pair that with spikes when you're using offense. And again, we'll talk more about Greninja in that. But you have anything else to say?
Nah, so, I mean, I think the Mon is broken. Like, I think we're gonna see a suspect test for it soon.
Yeah, I think all the 3 Mons that we're gonna be talking about, guys, or the 3 Mons that we'll be talking about in this order, which will be Pheromosa, Greninja, or Pheromosa, Metagross, and Greninja, or Greninja and Metagross. I think all 3 of those Mons will actually be seeing a suspect test.
I think it'll be a while for Greninja, just because that thing is. I think it's broken, Greninja, but it's not like super broken right now, just because these other 2 are like a lot worse.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I would assume in like 6 months or something, Gren will be gone.
I think less than that. I think less than 6 months,
Yeah,
because we'll have
like,
World Cup.
Yeah, I think it's very likely that Greninja will just be gone.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that in another video. I do want to know your thoughts on Pheromosa. You can leave them down below. Check out Blunder's link is down below. You can check out the Beast Boost merchandise, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, friends.